Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going through and getting the BMW ready for a drift event that I'm doing this Sunday at Summit Point, the same place where I did the that one track, that circle track, that wet track. Alright guys, so as I said earlier, we're going to do some work on the BMW and get the BMW ready for the next event, which will be Drift Nirvana at Summit Point Raceway. I'm going to be doing some just basic maintenance, engine treatment. Car has about 300,000 miles. I've already gotten the first time oil change done once I purchased the car over from Valeri at Burhan's Auto, and just going to do some basic maintenance. There are some things that I do need to add to the car, like tow hooks and things like that for this event. So I did order some tow hooks off of Amazon that'll pretty much fit right there. We're going to do an oil change, do some oil treatment or engine treatment, and that's essentially it. I might put on the new tires that I got for the car. So I did get a new set of tires. I got some Kenda's KR20s, and these will go in the front. And then I have a couple of other tires and wheels and tires that I had that I got from Junkyard. Got some from TLTC or TLCT Motorworks here locally, which they normally only deal with a bunch of BMWs. So I should have enough tires to kind of go through and have some fun at this drift event, because it is going to be a dry event. So because it's going to be a dry event, I'm most likely going to go through some tires. Might have to do a little bit of heat cycling just to make sure that they last a little bit longer, but we should be good. So let's get to doing a little bit of work on the BMW and getting it ready for this weekend. All right, so one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a liquid moly engine flush on this motor. It does have over 300,000 miles. So the instructions of this is essentially just dump this down in there. Let the car run for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then immediately after do an oil change. So this should kind of clean all of the gunk and the pistons and all that stuff. The first time that I saw the oil come out of this car, it was extremely black. So this should hopefully help with a lot of the engine sludge and getting a lot of that stuff out of there. So let's go ahead and get this in the engine, get the car started, let it idle for a couple of minutes. While the car is idling, we'll probably start working on putting the tow hooks on the car, and then I'm going to go underneath it and get ready to check all of the bolts, make sure that everything is nice and tight and ready for the upcoming event. Alright, so now to get all the oil, I guess that liquid moly stuff. So the engine takes about 6, almost 7 quarts. And this says this works for about 1.3 gallons. So I did a can and a half of this stuff. And now I need to start the engine, let it run for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to move on to doing the oil change. Because we have to go through and do a lot of the, let the car run for a little bit, probably gonna take a little break, and then come right back. And actually no, while the car's running, I'm gonna go ahead and actually jack the car up and get jack stands underneath it. That way I can go ahead and get everything ready for the oil change. So let's get the car started, and let's get, I guess, wait 15 minutes, and while we do that, I'll go ahead and get the car ready and prepped for the oil change. All right, so it's been about 10 or 15 minutes or so since I let the car run. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and raise the back of the car That way the car has, I guess it's like level. So then when I go ahead, because unlike Hondas, and I'm used to Hondas, you just take the oil cap off and drain it, and the oil plug. This one has the oil filter. It's right here, which is new to me. So I'll have to get the car up level, loosen that up a little bit, so then all that oil drains down into the pan. Once that oil drains down to the pan, then I can release the drain plug and then go ahead and change the oil. So let's go ahead and get the car up to a kind of level, I guess as level as I can possibly get it. The car is back in gear, just so it doesn't decide to roll. I mean, I don't think it will, because the front wheels are off the ground. So let's go ahead and do that, and then go through and change the oil. I mean, nothing too crazy. It's just routine maintenance. And also, I'm learning a lot about this car. So by doing small things like this, you know, I feel more comfortable with the car. You know, understanding how everything works. It's completely different than a Honda, which I'm very comfortable with. So this is a little bit different for me. So, but you know, let's do this and have some fun along the way. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it looks like all of the oil actually drained all the way down. Maybe the motor was starving for oil, not 100% sure. It could have possibly also been due to the fact that I did run it for a while and the engine's still hot, so the oil most likely went down. But if you guys can see, this oil, at least what I have here, it's not the best looking. The filter still looks pretty good, but the oil itself stinks. Like, it's pretty black. It smells like burnt oil, honestly. I mean, it's a very old motor, but it is what it is. So let's go to loosening the drain plug down there and letting all that come through, and then we'll go ahead and put the new oil in. There we go, got some oil. Perfect. Ooh, that was messy. I knew that was gonna happen. Ooh. Wow, it's a huge mess. Put that there. Take these gloves off, because these are really oily. I made a little mess back here, but we should be fine. That thing's gonna overflow here in a second if I don't open up that drain valve. Here it is. Oh, this is hot. Ah. There we go. Woo. God, that was hot. I forgot to take this thing off. All right, now that should drain. Move this over. All right, so now that we got everything pretty much straightforward, the new oil filter, apparently according to the details that I watched, goes right in here, and then the cap goes right back on. As you can see, I did replace the O-ring here, so new oil filter in, push that down, and let's go ahead and tighten that down. guys, so pretty much everything is done. I did the oil change, everything as you guys saw, all the fluids, everything else, trying to make the car run tip-top shape. It is a very high mileage engine. I did also off camera tighten up all of the drive shaft bolts, put some Loctite on those, as well as the axle bolts. And about last week, I did do a minor tune-up on the car, put some NGK spark plugs and BKR8s, which are the same ones that I've run on the hatchback, as well as I put some brand new coil packs in the car. I noticed at the last drift event, the car was kind of weird. It would lose power, it was misfiring a little bit, and I could kind of feel it and hear it. I don't think you could really hear it in the video, but it was kind of misfiring a little bit. So after that event, I kind of went through and did that just because it was a maintenance item. I didn't record it, just wanted to get it done and fixed. But now the car is running really good now. Hopefully with the additional service that I just did to it, everything will kind of clean up nice and good, get all that sludge and stuff out of the engine. And hopefully we are good to go for the event, the drift event this Sunday at Summit Point Raceway for Drift Nirvana. By the time you guys see this video, the event would have probably already passed, but stay tuned for that video. It's going to be an amazing fun time. And if you guys like the content, like the videos, I'm trying to come up with a lot more things to do on the channel. This is something I do in my free time, so I really appreciate it if you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.